I'm Suzy Fleming Leonard, and welcome to Today in Brevard Entertainment. We're coming to you today from the beautiful courtyard at Eau Gallie Florist in the Eau Gallie Downtown Arts District. In a little while, we're going to take you on a tour of this quaint, charming neighborhood, but first we've got some other things in store for you. We're going to go and check out River Roost on Merritt Island. We're going to introduce you to a vampire author. And we're going to talk about all of the other fun things that are happening in Brevard County this weekend. So right now, let's check in with Jennifer Sangalang. She's the editor of our Metro Mix Entertainment website. Jennifer, what do our Metro Mixers have in store for us this weekend?
Well, last weekend we went to a Timeout Sports Bar in Cocoa Beach where they had their Bar Olympics. And as you can see from these pictures, it looks like Heath had a pretty good time. We also went to Beef O'Brady's in Palm Bay.
Oh, I love Beef O'Brady's. I think they have some of the best wings in Brevard County.
I've been there a couple times. I like them a lot too. Do you want to know where we're going this Friday?
Definitely. Let's find out where we're going.
Well, we are going to Rum Runners in Cocoa Beach at about 11 o'clock on Friday night.
You know, I don't know why I'm fixated on food today, but I think that Rum Runners has some of the best clam chowder I have ever tasted in my life.
You know, I heard the Rum Runners are pretty good too.
That would make sense. Well, tell me a little bit about what else is going on in Cocoa Beach. I think the Sandbar is going to be having an event.
The Sandbar is going to be having their Beach Olympics on Saturday from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Look for bocce ball, horseshoes, lots of other fun things, drink specials as well.
That sounds like a lot of fun, like a great way to spend a day at the beach and, you know, just have a good time with some fun people. But what about if you want to go hear some music this weekend?
Well, if you're into smooth jazz, I would recommend Mindy Abair at the King Center on Friday at 8:30 p.m.
Now, she is a jazz saxophonist, and this is going to be a concert that's sponsored by the Brevard Jazz Series, and it's also a fundraiser for children with special needs. So you can go and hear some good music and help a good cause, too.
Do you want to know another spot for great music?
Let's hear about it.
Well, I recently went to River Roost on Merritt Island where they have great food. They're right on the river. Great spot to hear some local performers play.
And, you know, I think you can also, if you're lucky, you might get to see a manatee pop up out of the water while you're there.
That would be pretty cool. You want to go see the video?
Sure, let's see it.
I'm Jennifer Sangalang with Florida Today, and we're at River Roost on Merritt Island. As you can see, they've got a great view of the river. Oh wait, that's not the river. Let me show you the real thing. So Larry, tell me all about River Roost.
It was a Mexican restaurant. We bought it about a year and a half ago in January. And we've done a lot of work fixing it up and changing it around to our own liking. And people can come by boat, people can come by bike, people can come by car. We got a lot of good food. We have good entertainment on the weekends. And the view, as you can see behind me, is awesome.
You got a great view everywhere you look. I mean, this must be a great spot to watch a shuttle launch.
We usually go out back here. There's a tiki bar out back. And where we have games, we have a cornhole game, we let the kids fish out there, and so we'll go out back there when there's a shuttle launch going off and people have their eats and their drinks, and then we'll keep track on the TV, and just before it goes off, we'll let everybody know and open the gate, and everybody goes up onto this little access bridge here, and it's like one of the best spots in the area to watch a shuttle launch from.
So tell me about the menu here.
Well, we got a lot of good things on the menu. We got a lot of seafood. Our grouper sandwich is a big item, but we also have like a 19-ounce T-bone steak that we sell for $19.95. And right now that's one of our big sellers, and people come and go for that. And we have buckets of beer for $10.
The ahi tuna was cooked just right. It was fresh, light, not too salty. I skipped the little bits of sauce because they were too hot to handle. Then I tried the clam chowder. It was sweet, but chock full of hearty vegetables. I'm glad Larry recommended it. I get the feeling a lot of people come here to relax because it's low key. What do you think?
Pretty much that's the deal of the day. We used to own a nightclub on North Merritt Island called Falcon's Roost, and we had everything from punk bands and hard rock to we had just about every kind of act. but after 10 years of it, you know, I kind of wanted to low key down. And when we found this place, in this beautiful setting here, I just said, you know what, a little low key music and relax and, you know, have a margarita on the river, you know. So it's a good spot for that.
Well, we just had lunch at River Roost, and it was great. I had the ahi tuna, the ceviche, I even had a cup of the clam chowder. This is a great place to relax, hang out, watch a shuttle launch, drink a beer, listen to some great music. We'll definitely be back. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, Jennifer. I've got to say, River Roost is now on my must-do soon list. That looked like so much fun and just a great place to have, you know, hang out, have dinner, have a few drinks, look for manatees. But right now, we're going to leave Brevard County's world of natural beauty and fun eateries on the water to enter a world where vampires walk among us. I think you may have noticed, but vampires are pretty hot right now. Between the latest in the Twilight series, New Moon, which is going to be a movie opening in November. You've also got True Blood, which is showing now on HBO. And this fall, the CW is going to start its own vampire series called The Vampire Diaries. Well, Brevard County has its own vampire author who lives right here, and she teaches at UCF. Our writer Chris Kreidler went and spoke with Susan Hubbard recently about her series on ethical vampires. So let's go and meet Susan now.
What I call speculative fiction, which is, you know, beyond realism, moving into this area of vampires and the supernatural, gives me an enormous freedom to play with important questions and really complicated ones, and yet make them accessible to a pretty wide audience. The preface of the Society of Us comes almost directly from that dream. I was hearing the voice of a young woman talking about how her parents had met. Within a couple of months of the dream, I had written the first 3 chapters, and I had a fairly clear picture of how the whole book would look, and that's not happened to me with any previous works. So by the time I got to write The Year of Disappearances, I was glad because she still had things to say to me. I didn't know exactly where that book would go. In fact, as I wrote it, I thought it would go further than it did, which is why I'm now really pleased there'll be a 3rd book so I can, you know, take her further down the road. And when someone said to me, "Oh, have you read Twilight?" And I said, "What's that?" You know? And then when I finally did get around to, I can't say I've read it. I've picked it up and I've looked at it because I was terrified that somebody would say, "You're a copycat." But from everything I've heard, her vampire world is entirely different from mine. I also hadn't read any of Charlaine Harris. And I was doing a book tour, and I was in San Diego, and I met her. She writes a series called, I think they're called the Southern Vampire series, that were the source of True Blood, the big HBO show that's, you know, really hot. I picked up, you know, one of Charlaine's books at this event at Mysterious Galaxy bookstore in San Diego. And lo and behold, Charlaine, her vampires, they use artificial blood. And there I am with my artificial blood and my blood substitutes and my sera. I guess what I'm saying is maybe we're all thinking in similar ways. We're using our vampires to get at certain kinds of cultural questions that we couldn't address in realistic fiction with the same kind of ease. Why ethical vampires? Because if you're going to live forever, barring unforeseen catastrophe, how would you live? If you're going to live forever, what does it mean to love? Could a love affair sustain whatever eternity means to you? As I've got older, I've realized how much place can be a character. So that for me, Homosassa Springs or Savannah, which are both, or Sarasota, which are all settings in the first book, are characters. And again, that's the fun part of writing, is when you're doing the research and you're traveling, talking to locals, taking pictures. All my swamp pictures are over there from the second book. I had an amazing night in the swamp where the tour guide got lost with beautiful, big, red-eyed alligators looking back at us. It was fun, very creepy.
If you want to meet Susan Hubbard in person, you'll have a chance Saturday from 1 to 3. That's when she'll be signing books at the Books A Million on Merritt Island, and you'll get the chance to meet a real-life vampire author. But now, Since we've been enjoying the beauty of downtown Eau Gallie, we think it's time for you to get a tour too. It's the start of August, and that means that this Friday, EGAD, that's what they call it, get it, Eau Gallie Arts District. EGAD is the place to be because they have their monthly first night events, and that's when all of the galleries and shops are open late, and you can come and enjoy music, you can have a little cheese and crackers, sip a little bit of wine. It's just a really fun place to be, vibrant arts community here at the Eau Gallie Arts District. Arts writer Pam Harbaugh is going to take you on a tour now so you can get a little preview of what to expect Friday night.
Hi, Pam Harbaugh here with Florida Today. We are in an area called the Eau Gallie Arts District. We're going to take a quick visit to the Brevard Art Museum just to show you a little bit of what those galleries are like, and then we're going to hit some other galleries in the area that you may not know about. But remember, the battle cry here is EGAD, Eau Gallie Arts District. Jackie Borchagny, who is the curator at the Brevard Art Museum, and I feel like I'm on a street corner in New York City.
Well, that's the idea. We're trying to get you to have that sense of a place where graffiti occurs.
Well, and I see that's for your exhibition From Gutter to Gallery, Graffiti Gets In, correct?
Correct. It's been so popular, we've extended the run through August 30th.
I see something here that doesn't look very familiar anymore that you're standing right next to.
It's an old telephone booth that I don't know how they acquired this piece of history.
Well, maybe we shouldn't ask.
Oh, that's probably best.
Well, I think the 3rd Avenue L keeps coming by here, so maybe we should go to a place that isn't quite so noisy. Don't get confused. 5th Avenue Art Gallery used to be on 5th Avenue in Indialantic, but now it's on Highland Avenue.
There's an excitement here, and you know that people are going to love and support the arts, and that's exactly what we want to do here.
Let's check out what's happening at Art Expressions, just a few doors down. We're here with Jody Carter, owner of Art Expressions, fine art and custom framing. Now, Jody, you are more than a frame shop, correct?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Last time I got you on video,
Oh,
I
yes.
sort of surprised you with a visit on First Friday
Yes.
and asked you to take us around a little bit. How was that for you, that sudden, that ambush?
It was wonderful. I loved it. It was a lot of fun.
Well, let's take a little look right now of some of that video that we made before.
Oh, okay.
The merchants are open, the art galleries are open, the museum has jazz, food and drink and entertainment in the street.
Just a real beautiful
Link Johnston, who is the owner of the Eau Gallie Florist, has a lot more than flowers in his shop.
We have flowers and art and pottery, and we have original art by some local artists. We have Aletha Rector's pieces in here.
And how long have you been here in the area, Link?
All my life.
Give us some years. You don't have to tell us how old you are.
Eau Gallie Arts District has an awful lot going on. It's an emerging art area in the county. First Friday is building nicely. The museum has jazz, and most of the galleries have a new opening with a new artist. I have a nice garden area, and we have music out there, and people sipping wine.
The Indian River Potters Guild is a little bit off the beaten path, but it's definitely worth walking a couple of blocks here.
We're on the fringe of the Eau Gallie Art District. We're on Guava Avenue, just a block away from the museum. Yeah, we're a working studio, the first professional working studio in Eau Gallie in the Art District, and we're proud to show off our work here in the gallery. And if someone's here, you're welcome to come up and enjoy our work, watch us work if you'd like, and come in and see our work in the gallery.
This is a small gallery that they have here at Indian River Potters Guild. The display cases themselves are pieces of art. I really hope that you come in here and take a look at this tiny, intimate space, but really alive with a lot of beautiful art. We're back in the shade with Therese Ferguson, who is the president of Art and Antique Studio. Do you ever get people coming in here, viewing the art and saying, I want to make art, teach me?
All the time. We offer classes here.
Can absolute beginners?
You better believe it. If they want to do it bad enough, I can teach them to paint. There's something about this area down here with the courtyard outside and just the whole feeling of the downtown Eau Gallie area that it just inspires you to paint. Good feeling, good karma in here.
Therese, thanks an awful lot for opening your place up to us, but I have to say I'm not looking forward to leaving because it is so cool in this place.
In more ways than one.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Pam swears that if you come to one of the first Friday nights at the Eau Gallie Arts District, you will be hooked. And after spending some time here, I believe her. Now, before we go, I want to talk about a couple of movies that are going to be opening this weekend. One is Julie and Julia. This is something I've really been looking forward to. It stars Meryl Streep as Julia Child, who, of course, was one of the first celebrity chefs. And it's also got Amy Adams in it. She is a woman who's kind of obsessed with cooking all of Julia Child's recipes, and it tells the stories of these two women. And I just think it's going to be a great movie.
I'm Julia Child. Bon appetit! Why don't I go to cooking school? Bonjour!
Also opening is G.I. Joe, The Rise of the Cobra, and this is going to be an action-packed movie about an elite military unit, and it's just looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. But one of the really cool things about this movie is an event that's going to be going on at the Cobb Theater on Merritt Island. They're going to be having some Marines out there, and they're going to be raising money for charity. That's going to be from 5 to 7 on Friday. So if you want to go see a movie, help a good cause, I suggest you head out to Cobb on Friday. And we're going to leave you now with a clip from G.I. Joe. But as always, if you want more information about the things we've talked about today or anything else going on in Brevard County, you can go to our website at www.brevard.metromix.com, also floridatoday.com, and you can always pick up a copy of tomorrow's TGIF Entertainment section. From all of us at Today in Brevard and Florida Today, have a great weekend.
I want the warheads ready to launch in 1 hour. When I'm finished, this world will never forget.
We have never faced a threat like this. A team is being assembled. They are the best operatives in the world. When all else fails, we don't.
This has only just begun.
Thank you.